Hello and welcome to the Alopecia Advocate podcast, where we open up real conversations about hair loss, healing, and hope. My name is Stephanie Anderson. I'm the Alopecia Advocate and your host. This space is for education, empowerment, and breaking the stigma surrounding alopecia and different types of hair loss. Together, we explore the stories, the science, and strategies that can help us see our beauty, the strength, and work to support and inspire others in this journey. So let's get started. First, I want to do this. I'm happy to have our guest today. Her name is Sheryl Raphael Whitaker. And I found this amazing lady on LinkedIn. And when I saw her picture, read about her, I connected with her some time ago. So when this opportunity came out, I want to extend the invitation. I'm so happy that you accepted, Sheryl.
Oh, I'm happy to be here.
So let me share a little bit with the viewers and the listeners of the podcast a little bit about you. Sheryl Raphael Whitaker is a transformative leader with over 20 years of experience shaping the future of learning, talent, and leadership development for Fortune 100 and 500 organizations. Known for her innovative and human centered strategies, Sheryl excels at building high performance cultures, aligning talent initiatives with business goals, and driving measurable results through enhanced employee engagement and leadership growth. As the founder and CEO of Eaton Anthony Elite Talent Solutions, LLC, Sheryl combines her deep expertise with an engaging and empathetic approach to drive impact across executive coaching and leadership development, strategic consulting, and team engagement. She partners with senior leaders to cultivate transformative leadership capabilities, align teams with organizational goals, and develop strategies that drive sustainable growth and success. Cheryl holds a bachelor's of Arts in Marketing from Pennsylvania State University and an MBA from Dowling College and is a recognized thought leader. She serves on various advisory committees. Rooted in her Trinidad and Tobago heritage, Sheryl infuses her work with a rich appreciation for culture, creativity, and human connection. I didn't know this. An avid watercolor artist and traveler, she embraces new experiences with the same passion and curiosity she brings to her leadership journey. Through Eden Anthony Elite Talent Solutions, LLC, Cheryl continues to inspire, empower, and transform leaders and organizations, ensuring that her impact resonates far beyond the boardroom. So let's get started because
Thanks,
this
Stephanie.
conversation is one that you don't want to miss. So, again, Cheryl, thank you for accepting my invitation to join
Oh,
the podcast today.
easiest decision of the year. Seriously, Stephanie. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate being here.
Thank you. It's important to me because, in my profession, working with the special demographic of men, women, and children, those who are living with alopecia, it seems like most people only recognize that 1 month of September, the awareness of alopecia areata. I work with it every day. So I wanted to do something special. So the podcast is something just to broaden and bring more light to this topic that we need to talk about more often.
Yes, I absolutely love that you're doing it. Excited about the topic. It's
Thank you. So we
very
got
relevant.
so we read about your professional and what you do. I kind of want to get to some personal reflections. So I have a
Okay, sure.
question. What does alopecia awareness mean to you, and how has it impacted your personal or professional life?
Well, I have to go back a little bit. It's interesting because, to be honest, although I've had a really significant hair journey throughout my life, and clearly I'm bald now and embracing it.
Mhm.
I never really thought about the fact that I have alopecia.
Okay.
So this is one of the reasons why I was excited to have this conversation with you. And one of the reasons why I feel that alopecia, like, the awareness of it during the month of September, but really all year long, is really, really important because I think that there are many folks out there who are suffering with alopecia who may be like me and not really thinking about it in that way, and then not realizing that there's support out there, there are folks who care, and then there are, I know there are like stories that need to be told and shared, so that we can all feel a whole lot more comfortable about, like, where we are and what we're dealing with. So I gotta just thank you again because this whole notion about being aware of
Mhm.
alopecia, I think is really, really super important. As someone who, as a Black woman, as a woman of color, culturally, our hair is it's a thing, right? I mean, it's a multi-billion-dollar business,
Mm.
hair.
Yes, it
And even outside of our own ethnicity and culture, there seems to be, there's an attachment to our self-worth,
is.
beauty, how we feel about ourselves, how other people see us, our confidence, our inner voice. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. There's so many things that are attached to our hair. And I was talking to somebody yesterday is preparing to meet with you today, Stephanie, and we were chuckling about it because we were thinking to ourselves, like, I don't know if God really intended for this to be like a big deal, like it is. Right? But it is a big deal. And for us as women especially, there's like just so much that's held in those in our hair.
Yes.
And so the work that you're doing and then and others bringing attention to it, is important because it's something that we just don't talk about enough.
Yes. I love, you said so much and I love it all. And one thing that really struck me is we said you really don't think about it.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you're there. And hopefully, and it's funny that the conversation you had yesterday with your friend is that it is surprising that it's talked about. And I'm hoping to put it all out there. So it's just like anything else that once had a stigma attached to it, or once people were unaware of it. And the thing about it is, not everybody is where you are now. I
Yeah.
work with people who I see the emotional toll. So my impact and hope for is to make it to where it's not a big thing anymore.
I know. But can I just tell you though, Stephanie?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I sit here today bald and very, very proud.
Yes.
Like, I love it and wish I did it a long, long time ago.
Yes.
But it took me time to get here.
Yes.
And it's funny, I was talking to my mom this morning and was sharing with her that I was going to be on this podcast today. And she said to me, she's like, okay, that's interesting because do you have alopecia? And this is mom, right? And we both were like, she was like, okay, you're educating me today because I'm a triple threat alopecia. Alopecia is hair loss. And I have MS. I was diagnosed with MS in 2000, so 25 years with MS. I'm doing really, really well.
Awesome.
But there's MS is an autoimmune disease. It attacks your hair follicles. That's number one. Number two, I have high blood pressure. I've had high blood pressure. It's hereditary. I've had it since high school. So I've been on blood pressure medicine for decades.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a doctor who told me that my medicine was causing hair loss. It was a hairdresser who was, taking care of my locks and was noticing thinning going on,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And then The third, now I'm forgetting what the third thing is. Um, but I just like between my MS and the locks and oh, and the blood pressure medicine, I'm just like it's here I am. But it took me a while to get here and to embrace it
Yeah.
and love it.
And love, and see, this is the thing I wouldn't have known unless I saw how you present with that beautiful bald head. Because there's many people who, and I advocate for do what feels good for you because it affects so many people that there are people who um, don't they conceal, they cover, and that's what's
Yeah.
comfortable for them. So, I have a whole I have a whole wig store that I cater to those.
Hmm.
Others like you who I make sure that we keep their scalps healthy and everything. So I embrace people and want to make sure that they feel good about whatever decision they choose. So
Yeah.
yes, it's more common than most people realize. And a lot of times what people say to me is that when people see them, if they do choose to display their beautiful bald head, that people automatically divert to, you got cancer? Are you going,
Yes, Stephanie,
I don't,
yes. Yes, that happened to me. The interesting thing is that ever since I shaved my head, there are more people that come up to me,
yeah,
men and women, all races, creeds, whatever,
yeah,
will come up to me and either they're just kind of like, girl, you go, you
you're
look beautiful,
rocking it.
love
Yeah.
it. You like whatever it is that you're going through right now, just know that you are beautiful and strong, you know? And so even someone had reached out to me because I changed my photo on LinkedIn. I
Okay.
changed my headshot after I shaved my head completely. Because I'm like, I want to like represent who I am.
Uh-huh.
And so someone reached out to a friend of mine and said, is Cheryl okay?
Wow.
I saw her picture on LinkedIn
Yeah.
and she's bald. And so to your point, I
Yeah.
would just love to see it get to the point where it was normalized because I see a lot of women walking around who are
Yes.
rocking their bald heads like me.
Yes.
Um, and
I
and
think it's
men rock it,
starting.
and men rock their bald heads all the time,
But there
right?
are a lot that I serve too in my facility that will not. So it's just like whatever feels right for you, but
Yes.
the conversation needs to happen.
Yes, the conversation needs to
The
happen. That's why I love what
conversation
you're
needs to
doing.
happen.
Yeah, I agree. I
So
agree.
thank you. And I love the fact that you're unbothered. You know that it took you a while to get to where you are. And
It
that gives
did.
me hope in anybody that is in the infancy stage or struggling with the emotional of the going back and forth with what to do. Your story is going to impact so many, Cheryl, I believe.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so I want to talk about advocacy insights. In your area of expertise, and I know you work with a lot of different people, what do
Yeah.
you believe are the most important steps to raise awareness about alopecia and support those who are affected by it?
Well, this is going to sound really obvious to a duck, as my husband would say. Um, well, I don't even know what that means, but it's
It's a cute, whatever it means.
what you're doing right now is really, really important. I find that there are a lot of things that we are uncomfortable with that get swept under the rug,
Mhm.
and we just simply don't talk about. So just having the conversation is a really, really great place to start. I am, in my role as a leadership strategist and an executive coach and just a business owner, I am walking into rooms where folks don't really look like me.
Yeah,
But what's really, really cool about it is that one, people remember me, which is always lovely because I love to have an impact and teach things. But it's like the conversation starts.
mhm.
People who are brave enough will ask me, so what made you decide to shave your head?
Yeah,
Or what happened? Like, tell me about your hair journey.
yeah,
And it's through just regular connection and conversations that the awareness begins, and then an awareness leads to advocacy, and help and support.
yes, I love it. And the impact is huge. And the mere fact that there are those who ask. so you can
Yes,
share. And
yes.
for some, if they're not open to, at least people know that, it could be okay to ask things. I mean, but everybody's at different points. But you won't know until you ask. And that may make people, I've had people like, I didn't think I would be able to share it, but somebody asked me and I found myself educating them.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Which really, really feels good. I
Yeah.
mean, where we really are on this planet, I would say we're not here by ourselves. We're really here to, to love each other and to support each other. And um, so whenever somebody comes up and asks me about my hair journey,
Yeah.
um, I'm never offended,
Oh,
and I'm always really, really happy to share and to educate as best I can.
yes. And I feel that for most people, that they're at a point when when they present the beautiful bald baddies, that's what I call them.
I love
They're,
it. I
they're,
need to
they're
get a t-shirt that says that.
do it.
I love that. I love it.
Do it. I believe when they do, they're ready to have that conversation. And so thank you for and it is advocacy, and you advocate for yourself. And in advocating for yourself, you are standing in the gap for so many, Cheryl. You really are.
Yeah, I love how you put that standing in the gap. And there is a gap because I have friends, I have clients who suffer
Mhm.
with hair loss, and I know that the conversations that we have, helps them to,
Yeah.
feel better about where they are. Again, everyone is on their own journey.
Yes.
Not everyone wants to rock a bald head, and that's completely fine.
Yes.
But just like feeling better about, where they are and how they show up, and just having, getting that confidence back and knowing that you're more than your hair
In your hair.
and not my
Exactly.
hair, right?
In the conversation that I've had with some, and I'm not quite sure how your friends present, if they are wearing and rocking the bald head, or they're wearing different forms of, concealment, wigs or what have
In
you.
combination,
Okay.
I would say.
And like I said, and you just pretty much repeated in support of, you just want to make sure that people are okay and that they're safe.
Yeah.
Because I deal with so many, it's like the impossible. I'm in the beauty industry. That's where I work, doing hair and doing wigs now. That's been my specialty for the last almost 18 years. But we're living in a society that has impossible standards of beauty.
Yes.
And I love the fact when you talked about as a Black woman, there are certain cultures, there's certain things about all of us, regardless of what ethnicity, that makes us uniquely us. And so when there's something different, yes, when you walk into those boardrooms or those Fortune 100 and 500 corporations, you do stand out, not only because of your years of experience, your knowledge, and what you can bring them, but I believe your presence matters, how you present yourself, your image, and you're very memorable. So
Oh,
that's hey, that is always a win-win in my book.
thank you, thank you. But what I find really interesting is that, how do I say this? The people make certain assumptions
Yeah.
about me
Okay.
based upon the fact that I'm rocking my bald head.
Like,
So they,
can you give me like an example of what assumption?
yeah, yeah, like we'll assume that I've got many people who say like you are so brave. And meanwhile, I mean, I could be
Yeah.
terrified inside. I always say that I'll do things afraid, I could be scared and just do it anyway.
Yes.
But what they see on the outside is if you can do that,
Yes.
then you can do anything, And I've
Anything.
had like someone say to me one time, like, no, well, if my head was shaped like your head, then I
Yeah.
would do it too. You know what I mean? That
Yes.
kind of thing. Which I'm like, okay, no one can help how their head is shaped. And then the funny thing is, Stephanie, for my entire life, like my nickname is Big Head.
No.
Yes, because I've always had like my hairline. has always been further back. It's just kind of
Okay.
like a hereditary thing.
Okay.
And so I have always been called, like, instead of having a four head, Cheryl, your head's so big you have a five head. You know what I mean? Like you can fit five fingers rather than four. And now that my head is my head is shaved, I think it was my sister who said one day, she's like, "Oh my God, is it crazy that your head actually looks smaller now that you're
Yes. Isn't it funny?
funniest thing?"
Yes.
But just like I just have fun with it.
Yes.
I just have fun with it. But people do assume different things about me if they don't know me, if my face is serious or something. Someone said to me one time, "Oh wow, you must be like you're real radical." Because and I'm like, "Why? I come from corporate America. How
Yeah.
radical am I?"
Yeah.
Most rad thing I've done is like start my own business now. Um, they're like, "Well, your head is bald." It's like, "Okay, you don't know anything about me." You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So it is just interesting.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. People assume based on how you look,
Always, always.
but the conversation starts, which is good.
But yes, I always love the beginning of the conversation. Yeah, for sure.
So that's kind of the segue to the next question I have, encouraging conversations.
Yes.
If you could share one message, just one message about alopecia to your audience or clients, what would it be and why is that important to you?
That's a good question. One quip, joy
Okay.
does not require hair. So I'm calling myself a chief joy strategist. I really truly believe in the power of joy. I call joy my COO. Joy is my chief operating officer, which means that it's my operating system. Happiness is fleeting. Joy is steady, and it's like it's embedded into my soul and my spirit, and it helps me how I show up for myself, how I show up for others. And so I think for a lot of folks, when they think about hair and what's attached to it emotionally and physically, I just want them to know that your joy doesn't have to be attached to your hair.
I love
Joy
that.
does not require hair. It
Yes.
just requires you and your belief in yourself and how you show up.
You know, I'm all about affirmations, and that is so in alignment. And I just really felt that deep down in my spirit.
Oh,
Thank you
oh,
for sharing
good.
that. And I hope it ministers
Sure.
to someone because it's important. It is so important. And it's something that you practice. And a lot of times, I'm sure, and I might be wrong, and you can correct me, Cheryl, if I am. I
Okay.
will not be
Okay.
offended. But joy is something that is intentional. You may not initially feel it, but if you practice it, it becomes, like you said, your chief operating officer.
Yes. Yes, girl. Yes.
It
Yeah.
becomes that. And just like I feel about the affirmations,
Yes.
is that I may not, or the people I've written them for may not feel it. And they're more than just words. But if you continue to say them, to meditate on it, the power of life and death is in our tongue. So if you continue, like you said, to speak joy, practice joy, it resonates and it becomes a part of you. And that's maybe why I was so attracted to knowing you, because I could just feel that all over you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. But I absolutely love what you just said. Yes. And that is what I'm trying to help others do. I mean, more so on the leadership side, but it permeates your entire life and your entire life
Yes, it
um, cycle and presence. You do have to be intentional about it because there are folks out there who had joy and then lost it. But I would beg to differ that your joy is there. You just need to get back to
find it again.
finding again. For
Yeah,
some people, they're hungry for it and they don't know where it is.
yeah,
And there's some who are skeptical and think that the whole joy thing is just kind of like eye rolling. But at the same time, there's a part of them that's like, but maybe there is
yeah,
something to this,
yeah,
But oh my God, I mean, life is really hard.
it is.
Life is hard, but if you can keep that operating system
Mhm.
running and tap back into it, um, it helps you with your purpose.
It does.
Yeah, and how you show up for yourself and others.
So we're going to end with this question.
Oh my goodness, I could talk to you forever.
I
But this is
know, right? I think we can do
fast.
it off camera.
I love it. I love it.
Future vision. We're going to talk about the future.
Okay.
Looking ahead, what changes or advancements would you like to see in the conversation around alopecia that would benefit those currently affected by it?
Ooh, okay. First thing that pops into my head is the medical community.
Mhm.
Because why did I have to find out from
Your hairstylist.
my hairstylist after being on medication for years? Now, blood pressure medicine, it has helped me. It's
Yes,
obviously it's keeping me healthy.
yes,
Um, but I mean, I would have loved to have known and been aware and understand that. I had to go back home after I met with her and take a look at my, the information on my medicine that I've been taking for years. And I was like, oh my God,
yes,
hair loss is one of the things,
yes,
right? And I had no idea. So the medical community, just sharing more information just about hair loss, so that we can be well informed, I think is one of the things that would be really, really important to me. I feel like just in the workplace,
mhm,
um, having tolerance and understanding and appreciation for folks no matter how they show up,
yes,
no matter how they wear their hair,
mm,
wigs,
mhm,
locks, braids, bald,
yes,
whatever the case may be,
yes,
normalizing that.
mhm,
And then the third, speaking of normalizing, the biggest one is the media.
mhm,
Um, because I can't remember or recall a commercial that shows a beautiful, bald black woman in mainstream media in a commercial that has nothing to do with hair, just walking down the street. You know what I mean? In whatever scenario there is, I think that if we see more of, if we normalize,
yes. Representation matters.
yes, representation matters. If we normalized it, then after a while, it just becomes, it's like not a thing anymore.
Yeah. Just
You know?
like the conversation you had with your friend yesterday. Does this
Yeah.
matter?
Yes. Yeah.
Because it's so far and few in between, it kind of does, but we're working on it. You're working on it.
So much shame. There's so much shame
Yeah.
involved with it, as if you had anything to do with it,
Yes.
So anyway, so those are the things that come up, it's not
I
just
love it.
trauma, it's
I love
beauty.
it. I love it. The future looks bright, and we're going to
Yes.
work on some things. You're going to
Yes. I appreciate the fact that you're doing this work.
thank you. So we're kind of running close on time. So I would like the opportunity to give for people, because I'm sure after learning about you and hearing your journey and what you've had to share, there's going to be some people who want to reach out to you, Cheryl. Can you provide some contact information?
Sure. You can reach me. You can find me on my website, EdenAnthonyEliteTalent.com or Sheryl Raphael Whitaker.com. And if you're interested in more information about joy, I have a book that's coming out on Amazon in September. How perfect is that?
Yes.
During Alopecia Awareness Month called It Starts with Joy.
I love it. You've
Thank
heard it
you.
here on the Alopecia Advocate podcast. Thank you, Cheryl, for visiting with me today. And to
Thank
everyone else,
you.
this concludes this episode. See you next time. Take care and be blessed. Bye bye.